Yes, you can be financially free with real estate in the next 2 to 3 years, but it's not the way that you think, which is probably single-family houses. In fact, it's with apartment buildings. And the best part about it is you can do it today, even if you have no experience or cash of your own. Hi, my name is Micah Blanc, and together with my partner, we control over $65 million of performing multifamily assets all through the United States. In addition to investing nationwide, I also teach people how to buy apartment buildings with a special focus on raising money. In fact, to date, we've helped people buy 750 units all over the country in excess of $27 million, and we're on track to do 1,000 units with our students in the next 12 months. But I gotta tell you, my quest for financial freedom has been pretty rocky. I've done a bunch of stuff: software startups, short sales, rentals, flipping houses, restaurants. And in fact, I actually made pretty good money flipping houses, but it was way too much work. But when I figured out what I need to do to generate $10,000 per month in income, it was like 50 houses. And that was gonna be way too much work and take way too long, even with my team in place. Of all the things I tried though, apartment buildings checked off all the boxes. I can control the value by increasing the income. I could scale the business, start small, go as big as I want. I could put a professional manager in place so that the income from that is relatively passive. But I had two problems. Number one, I didn't have the money to invest. And number two, I didn't have the experience. I thought I needed tons of money to get started with apartments, and it turned out I didn't have to at all. I learned to raise money from others, and I discovered that people were actually eager to invest with me. It was a giant aha moment for me. In the beginning, even though I had lots of experience flipping houses, commercial real estate brokers weren't taking me seriously at all. I then discovered techniques that helped me overcome my lack of experience. As a result, brokers returned my phone calls, investors took my meetings, even though I didn't have a track record. Most real estate investors think apartment building investing is an advanced strategy that they might try once they've done some single family houses and built up some cash. The truth is, you don't need to do any of that. You can get started with apartment buildings right now, even if you have no experience or cash of your own. But here's the key. The key to achieving financial freedom in 2 to 3 years is your first deal. I've interviewed dozens of successful investors on my podcast who have quit their jobs with apartment buildings, and they have one thing in common, which is they've done the first deal. There's something extremely powerful about that first deal, because once you do your first deal, the second and third follow in rapid, almost automatic succession. In fact, I call it the law of the first deal, which says this: if you do a multifamily of any size, you will be financially free in the next 2 to 3 years. That's how powerful the first deal is. It's like a giant domino that's really hard to knock over, but when you do, the others fall easily. And that's why my mission is to help you do your first deal, because I know if I can help you do your first deal, you'll be financially free in the next few years. So if this sounds interesting to you, I invite you to download my free ebook, The Secret to Raising Money to Buy Your First Apartment Building. And then check out all my other free resources on the website, themicahblanc.com, all of my podcast episodes, YouTube videos, blog articles. And if you run out of things to do, I also have paid programs, training programs, and coaching. You can be financially free with real estate, and you can do it in 2 to 3 years. The key is apartment buildings. Let me help you do your first deal, even if you don't have the experience or your own cash. I look forward to our journey together.